2, 1, mark.
We're at T-minus 9 minutes and counting. The ground launch sequencer is now in control and will issue the commands to perform the final critical task required to put the vehicle in launch configuration. It will monitor as many as 1,000 different measurements during the final 9 minutes to make sure they do not fall out of predetermined limits.
And Houston Flight, you can proceed with transmission of the SPCs.
Wilco.
T-minus 8 minutes, 30 seconds.
PRT OTC on answer ground 1.
Go ahead, OTC.
T-minus 8 minutes.
Essential bus those switches.
Roger, that's in order.
Pilot Hammond is now flipping switches in the orbiter's crew cabin to directly connect the 3 fuel cells to the essential power buses. Coming up on T-minus 7 minutes, 30 seconds. Mark. The orbiter crew access arm is being retracted away from the vehicle and into the launch configuration. This arm can be re-extended in just a few seconds if necessary.
NCDI cells, recorders are activated. Nominal.
T-minus 7 minutes. T-minus 6 minutes, 30 seconds and counting. Orbiter test conductor Zoltan Felucci will give pilot Hammond a go to perform the auxiliary power unit pre-start at the T-minus 6 minute mark.
KRPS OTC. KRPS. Start the AP on hydraulic slip chart recorders. Recorder started. And PRT OTC.
Go ahead, OTC.
Perform APU pre-start.
Roger, APU pre-start in work.
Hammond is configuring switches in the cockpit to put the APUs in the ready-to-start configuration. The auxiliary power units provide hydraulic power to the orbiter.
OTC, PLT, APU pre-start complete. We have 3 great talkbacks.
Copy that, thank you.
Pilot Hammond reporting that the pre-start is complete. The activation of the auxiliary power units will come at T-minus 5 minutes, just 30 seconds from now. T-minus 5 minutes and counting.
PLF go for orbiter APU start. PRT OTC, perform APU start.
Roger, in work.
And CDR OTC.
CDR, go.
Reconfigure heaters.
CDR, roger. Heater reconfig is complete.
Commander Michael Coates was asked to reconfigure the orbiter's heaters for launch and reported that was complete. Also, the APUs have been activated.
APU start is complete. We have 3 good APUs.
Copy that.
T-minus 4 minutes, 20 seconds and counting. Liquid oxygen replenish has been terminated and LOX drain back has been initiated. coming up on T-minus 4 minutes and counting.
TLS go for purge sequence 4.
A final purge sequence of the 3 main engines is underway. The valves on the main engines are being prepared for engine start. At the 1 minute point in the count, an engine ready indication will be given. A profile test of the orbiter's aero surfaces has started. Orbiter flight control surfaces are being moved through a pre-programmed pattern to verify they are ready for launch. Also at this time, the 3 main engines are being gimbaled and positioned for launch. T-minus 3 minutes, 15 seconds. We've also transferred to internal power and switched off the orbiter's ground power supply. At this point, Discovery is being powered by its onboard fuel cells.
TLS go for ETLO2 pressurization.
The liquid oxygen tank is now being pressurized for flight. T-minus 2 minutes, 45 seconds.
PRTOTC, clear caution and warning memory. Verify no unexpected errors.
CRT roger, inward.
Orbiter test conductors requested that pilot Hammond clear the caution and warning memory system. Retraction of the gaseous oxygen vent hood is now underway. T-minus 2 minutes, 15 seconds. At the T-minus 2 minute mark, the flight crew will be instructed to close and lock their visors for flight. T-minus 2 minutes.
Flight crew OTC, close and lock your visors and initiate O2 flow. TLS go for ETLH2 pressurization.
T-minus 1 minute, 50 seconds. Liquid hydrogen replenishment is being terminated and the tank is being pressurized for flight.
Down, O2's on.
Copy that.
T-minus 1 minute, 35 seconds. Less than 2 minutes away now from launch.
1 minute, 30 seconds.
Today's launch is the second flight this year and this month. It's the 39th launch for the shuttle program. Got an indication we have 3 engines ready for launch. T-minus 1 minute, 15 seconds. All systems are go for launch.
One minute.
T-minus 1 minute and counting. Heaters on the solid rocket booster joints are being deactivated at this time. T-minus 40 seconds, coming up at the T-minus 31 second mark, where we have a go for auto sequence start.
TLS go for auto sequence start.
Discovery's 4 redundant computers have primary control of critical vehicle functions for the remainder of the count. T-minus 20 seconds. Sound suppression water system now being released. T-minus 10, 9,
TLS go
8.
for main engine start.
We have a go for main engine start. We have engine start. 3, 2, 1. We have ignition and liftoff of Discovery on a research flight for the Department of Defense.
Roger, roll, Discovery. Houston's now controlling. Roll maneuver is underway. Maneuver complete, placing Discovery in true and heads down attitude and on course for a 57-degree orbit. Engines at 100% and throttling down. Engine throttles now at 70% rated thrust in order to help maintain optimum aerodynamic conditions as Discovery accelerates through the dense lower altitudes. Velocity at 1,000 feet per second, altitude 200,000 feet. Correction, 24,000 feet. All systems performing well. Hydraulics, electrical systems performing well. Altitude now 33,000 feet, velocity 1,300 feet per second. Engines throttling back up.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Roger, go at throttle up.
Engines running now at 104% rated thrust. Altitude 56,000 feet, velocity 2,100 feet per second. Downrange distance now 7 nautical miles. Time 1 minute 30 seconds. Our next milestone in this climb to orbit will be burnout and staging of the solid rocket boosters. Altitude 92,000 feet, velocity 3,200 feet per second. Discovery now 15 nautical miles downrange. Time 1 minute 50 seconds. All systems performing well. We have confirmation of a clean separation on time. Altitude 176,000 feet, velocity 4,300 feet per second. Discovery now 37 nautical miles downrange. All systems performing well. Standing by for a first stage performance call.
Discovery, performance nominal.
Roger, performance nominal.
All indications are that the main engines and solid rocket boosters performed right on target. Altitude now 220,000 feet, velocity 4,800 feet per second. Discovery now 53 nautical miles downrange.
Discovery, 2-engine Ben Greer.
Roger, 2-engine Ben Greer.
Discovery could now reach the primary transoceanic abort landing site with only 2 engines should one fail. All 3 engines continuing to burn well at 104%. Good hydraulics, good electrical systems. Altitude now 270,000 feet, velocity 5,500 feet per second. Discovery now 79 nautical miles downrange. Time 3 minutes 30 seconds. Discovery now about 30 seconds away from the point of no return. All systems performing well.
Discovery, negative return.
Roger, negative return.
At this point, a return to the launch site is no longer an option as Discovery continues downrange. Altitude 340,000 feet, velocity 7,700 feet per second. Discovery now 152 nautical miles downrange. At this point, any abort would call for a transoceanic abort landing at the primary site. All systems continuing to perform very well. 3 engines at 104%, good hydraulics, good electrical systems. Altitude 358,000 feet, velocity 8,800 feet per second.
Discovery, press to ATO, select Zaragoza.
Roger, press to ATO, select Zaragoza.
Discovery now has enough momentum to reach a safe orbit with only 2 engines should that become necessary. All 3 engines performing very solidly at 104%. Discovery now 248 nautical miles downrange. Velocity 10,000 feet.
Droop Zaragoza 109.
Roger, Droop Zaragoza 109.
Velocity 11,000 feet per second and accelerating. Altitude now 372,000 feet. Time 6 minutes, all systems performing well.